Have you ever felt the vibration of a word as it leaves your lips, or as it travels through your mind? Some words carry such power that they seem to shift the very air around them, echoing with a resonance beyond their surface meaning. It's as if their rhythm, sound, and energy move something deep within us, stirring memory, emotion, and spirit. Because some words are more than language, they're prayers, incantations, invitations to mystery. Today, we journey into one of humanity's oldest and most powerful forms of devotion: sacred writing and word rituals. Through text, sound, and intention, people across millennia have worshipped, healed, and transformed not only themselves, but the worlds they inhabit. From the earliest myths to the most modern meditations, the power of the word has shaped human consciousness. In many ancient traditions, the universe itself began with a word. In the Torah, creation unfolds as God speaks, "Let there be light." With this simple utterance, reality is born. In the Quran, the phrase, "He said, be, and it was," echoes the same primordial truth. Speech is not just communication, but creation. Even in Hindu belief, the sound Om is revered as the original vibration, the pulse from which all existence emerges. Words, in these traditions, are not mere tools for exchanging information. They are the engines of manifestation, the breath that animates the cosmos. Think for a moment about the act of speaking. When a word is uttered, it sends energy into existence. The air vibrates, the body resonates, and the mind shapes meaning from sound. This energy, this subtle movement, has been likened to a prayer, a sacred offering to the universe. Perhaps this is why every word we utter carries the weight of devotion, whether we realize it or not. From the simple greeting shared between friends, to the chants of monks in distant monasteries, words are bridges between worlds, between the visible and invisible, the known and the mysterious. But the sacredness of words does not end with speech. Writing has always been more than a practical tool for recording transactions or laws. The first written words, carved painstakingly into clay or painted onto stone, were used to speak to the divine. In ancient Mesopotamia, scribes worked with reverence, believing that each mark on a cuneiform tablet held power, an invocation, a blessing, or a plea. In ancient Egypt, hieroglyphs were not simply symbols, they were carriers of sacred energy, each image imbued with myth and magic. To write a holy text on papyrus or parchment was not simply to record information, but to participate in a ritual. The scribe became a priest, channeling intention into every stroke. Belief whispered that once a word is written, it becomes eternal, enduring beyond the life of the writer, echoing through generations. This reverence for the written word is visible in illuminated manuscripts, Torah scrolls, and the intricate calligraphy of the Quran. These texts are not just read, they are cherished, guarded, and revered as living vessels of spirit. Sacred writing is often accompanied by ritual. Before a scribe begins, they may purify their hands, say a prayer, or light a candle. The act of preparing the page becomes a meditation, a way to align the body and mind with the sacred task ahead. Each letter is formed slowly, carefully, as if inviting the divine into the ink. And as the words take shape, the text becomes more than a collection of symbols. It becomes a portal, a doorway to transcendence. Yet, in almost every faith, sacred texts are not only written, they are spoken. The ritual of recitation gives breath to meaning, animating the words with the energy of sound. In Buddhist monasteries, monks chant for hours, their voices blending into rhythmic waves of devotion. The drone of Tibetan chants, the lyrical flow of Sanskrit mantras, the melodic recitation of the Quran, all serve the same purpose: to silence the restless mind and awaken the heart. Reciting sacred text aloud is more than an act of memory. It is a way of entering into the mystery, of speaking both to the world and to the soul. The vibrations created by the voice are believed to purify, heal, and connect the speaker to higher realms. In some traditions, the act of listening is as important as speaking, for the ear receives the blessing as the mouth gives it. The communal aspect of chanting, voices rising and falling together, creates a sense of unity, dissolving boundaries between individuals and opening a shared space of worship. Worship through words often relies on the power of repetition. Some of the world's most profound rituals are built entirely on the repetition of sacred phrases. Zikr in Islam, mantra in Hinduism and Buddhism, prayer in Christianity and Judaism. Each tradition teaches that repetition strengthens vibration, magnifying the energy of the word until it fills the body and mind. When a word is spoken again and again, it becomes a rhythm, a heartbeat, a breath. The body aligns with this rhythm, and the mind begins to surrender, letting go of thoughts and fears. In Tibet, monks count their prayers on mala beads, each bead marking a cycle of devotion. In Islamic tradition, believers use the tasbih, passing each bead through their fingers as they recite the names of God. Different paths, same purpose, to reach the divine through words, to allow the sacred to shape the ordinary. Repetition is a kind of alchemy. The mundane becomes magical, the ordinary extraordinary. The word, repeated until it is almost forgotten, becomes a current, a force that carries the speaker beyond themselves into the heart of mystery. This is the secret at the heart of word rituals, that devotion is not only found in grand gestures, but in the simple act of returning, again and again, to the sacred. For some, prayer is not spoken, it is written. The act of putting pen to paper can be a form of meditation, a way to offer intention to the universe. Intention journals, copied scriptures, letters to the divine, all are modern forms of word ritual, rooted in ancient practice. Each word becomes a message, a hope, a prayer. Writing as ritual invites reflection. The page becomes a mirror, reflecting both longing and gratitude. Sometimes, when words are hard to find, writing offers a gentle path. Not with the pen, but with the heart. Many have discovered, perhaps without realizing it, that when they write, whether in a diary, a poem, or a simple note, they are participating in a sacred tradition. The act of writing becomes a way of connecting, of healing, of transforming. Consider the power of writing a letter to someone you love. The words carry emotion, memory, and hope, traveling across distance and time. A simple phrase can heal old wounds, rekindle friendship, or inspire courage. In the same way, writing a prayer, whether for oneself or others, can open space for grace and possibility. Even in our fast-paced digital age, the magic of words endures. Lyrics, poetry, hymns, these still bring people together, weaving connection and meaning. A simple text message, sent with care, can carry energy, intention, and blessing. Maybe without knowing it, we are performing tiny rituals every day, whispering a wish before sleep, sharing a blessing with a friend, or simply saying, "Be well." The sacred word no longer lives only in holy books or ancient chants. It lives within us. Every word we choose has the potential to heal, inspire, and transform. Our conversations, our messages, our posts online, all become part of the tapestry of human devotion. The world may have changed, but the heart of worship through words remains the same. Today we journeyed from stone tablets to glowing screens and discovered that faith has always carried the same truth. A single word can change everything. With one phrase, the world is created. With one prayer, a heart can heal. The stories we share, the blessings we offer, the rituals we keep, these are the ways we honor the sacred in everyday life. If you find yourself drawn to the mysteries of word rituals, to the hidden traditions that shape humanity, know that you are part of a living lineage. Every time you speak with intention, write with care, or listen with an open heart, you participate in the ancient dance of worship through text. It is in these small moments that we touch eternity, that we invite the sacred into the ordinary. So, as you go about your day, Notice the words you use. Savor their sound, their rhythm, their energy. When you greet someone, when you say goodbye, when you offer a blessing, remember that you are weaving magic, shaping reality, inviting connection. The miracle of the word is not just in its power to create, but in its ability to heal, unite, and transform. And if you ever feel lost for words, remember that the greatest prayers are often silent, that sometimes the act of listening, of being present, is itself a form of worship. Whether you speak, write, or simply hold intention in your heart, you are part of the grand tradition of sacred writing and word rituals. You are a vessel of meaning, a bearer of hope, a creator of possibility. Thank you for journeying through the hidden history of devotion through text. If the stories of mystical and cultural rituals inspire you, open your heart to the wisdom they carry. Each week, new traditions await discovery, new words wait to be spoken, and new miracles wait to unfold. And maybe someday, a word you speak, or one you write, will touch someone's soul, changing not only their world but yours as well. Because sometimes the greatest miracle is simply a word.